What's up, everybody? I'm going to take you for a ride on Forrest Hill as part of the James River Park system. You start off by riding across this cement bridge. Got to do a wheelie across this thing. Make sure you're nice and warmed up. All right. So you're going to start off with a little bit of a climb. It's pretty mellow. So I remember riding these trails years back, and it used to go straight up the hill. It was like the ultimate hill climber challenge. It was always super steep. They put in these awesome switchbacks in the past few years. Definitely makes getting up a lot more enjoyable. So you hit a couple more switchbacks, and then you're gonna head out into a park right here. So one of the cool things about this whole trail system, James River Park system, I think there's over 20 miles of trails right here, and they're all super accessible right from downtown Richmond, so it's really cool. So I'm in town for the annual River Rock Festival that's going on this weekend. It's a big sports music festival. It's super sweet. And I've been racing here for a few years. It's been called the Urban Assault. And that's because you ride some really cool trails. You'll go in some neighborhoods a tiny bit. It truly is an urban assault. It's very unique. It's one of my favorite places to ride. So I always make it a point to hop in a race here whenever I'm here. I love this section right here. Super fast and flowy, just like a downhill pump track. There's not too many rocks. When there are, you'll find them, they're usually in a cluster. Whoa, almost blew that turn. And they're always super slick. So after that, we're gonna go into a nice little uphill. So a chance to test your lungs. All right, so now I'm like 7/10 of a mile in. You gotta cross this little path. There's all these remnants of super old foundations here, old rock structures. It's kind of cool because you're just meandering through the woods and you'll come up on some pretty weird stuff. Nice little uphill again with some rollers. A lot of these grades aren't super steep, so you can go as hard or as easy as you want. Then you're gonna make a left onto this bridge, and the manual down the steps is pretty mandatory right there. Into another uphill. At the top of that climb, hit some more rocks. Down this, ride on another one of those stone walkways I was telling you about. This course must be marked for something tomorrow. Did a group ride last night. There's a bunch of people on it saying they live 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away. They could just pedal right over here. It's pretty awesome. Not too many places in the country that you can do that. Literally have trails right outside your door. All right, so you're gonna pass through a park right there, come off the asphalt, back onto some dirt. This stuff gets pretty marbly, so when it's super dry, you gotta be a little careful. And then downshift into a low gear. You have a stream crossing coming up here, and you don't want to get stuck in too hard of a gear. And then now you have, what in my opinion, is the hardest part of the whole thing. Oh man, that just took some hopping, but that little reroute to get out of that stream is tough. I'm still sliding all over. Combination of wet tires and dry sand, it doesn't really give that much grip. Coming up on some more of these abandoned walkways and rock walls. This is one of the faster sections. This is pretty fun through here. Whoa, blew that turn a little bit. Gonna get on the gas, get some speed going. How you doing? bang a hard 180, head back downhill. Totally putting some rocks there to make sure people aren't cutting corners, so do yourself a favor, don't cut any corners. And then another downhill with some armored section. And then you're gonna want to take this wide. You have like a foot step up right here. So go as wide as possible. Up there, keep going. Ready some more of this tech stuff. This trail meanders up and down alongside different creeks. Right now I think I'm like 2.2 miles in, which is about 2/3 of it. It's gonna start to get a little rootier, a little rockier as I go down. All right, I'm at the top of the next hill. It is literally 92 degrees out. It is so hot. That's why I keep saving you from having to listen to me huff and puff on all these climbs. Because on a day like this, even though they're not the steepest grades, it is hard. It just sucks the power right at you. So this is cool because it's nice and bench cut. There's a turn coming up here where you just shut her down to 180 degrees. Around a nice berm. Sends you right back downhill. The only bad thing is, at the bottom of this thing, there's another hill climb. More rocks on the inside of those corners, keeping you honest. And time for some more climbing. Oh man. Oh my God, I'm dying, you guys. Take this thing nice and wide. Getting into some more sustained downhill here. Sounds like there's a rainstorm coming, which would explain why it's so darn hot and humid. So I'm gonna try to beat this thing. I'm like 2.8 miles in. I think I only have like 1/2 mile longer. Another 1/2 mile to go. This section is pretty crazy. Surprised there's no bridge right there. Or not a bridge, ladder, railing, can't even think. I don't know what the stats are, if anybody's ever gone off of that, but it looks like it could be highly likely. All right. I'm gonna be coming into some uphill routes right here. Want to keep the momentum going. Who knows where the line is through there? Just depends where the water has washed last. Another rock root garden. It's looking good right through here. Cutting off that shortcut line right there with a tree, and now I can see the road below. I'm getting pretty close. So when you finish up this trail, there's a whole bunch of different ways out. You just rode Forrest Hill.